One Percenter Podcast with Sam Bakhtiar, bringing you the 1% knowledge to help you reach your full potential. Learn what it takes to rise above the 99% and become a 1%er.
Hey, what's going on? It's Sam Bakhtiar, your host of 1% Podcast, and I got one of my favorite people in the entire world, Dan Fleyshman. Welcome to the house.
Let's rock. I'm ready for this.
Brother, I can't believe.
I already know it's going to be good. I feel it.
Yeah, you always bring it, bro. With you, anything is always good. Anything you do is good, man. I mean, gosh. We'll get into that. But I appreciate, because when you told me you're going to come here in the afternoon at Chino Hills, and you live in Hollywood,
right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, he's going to be in traffic.
That's real love. When you
yeah, that's real love, man. And you doing that for me, as busy as you are, and as much stuff that you have going on, I just want to tell you on camera, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So let's start from the beginning, man.
Yeah.
I start from the beginning. I know you came from a country near Russia. I can't even, I was trying to pronounce it. I was messing it up.
Yeah.
Pronounce it for me.
Riga, Latvia.
Riga, Latvia. I can honestly tell you that I haven't heard about that country, but I knew it was going to be around Russia because of the pronunciation.
Yeah.
So tell me, what happened there, and when did you come to the United States?
So I was 6 months old, and we moved to Long Beach. We immigrated here. And so we started off working on the swap meet. My parents were selling Levi's jeans every weekend on the swap meet. Eventually opened up their first store. Remember the Incredible Hulk? Those TV shows back then? All those Levi's jeans were from our store. And so Lou Ferrigno and those guys would be at my store every week and filming, and he'd rip his jeans. And so I grew up like that, selling baseball cards, comic books. And then when I was 8 years old, I moved to San Diego. And
So you moved to San Diego, your parents,
just
everybody?
Me and my mom. My dad and brother stayed in LA when they separated. And then it became really hard because we were living inside of a 93-year-old lady's extra room, me and my mom together. So we came up with nothing, right? And so I was selling baseball cards, comic books, candy bars, cereal boxes, whatever I could in school to save up money so I could give money to my mom or never ask her for money.
So you were hustling from, at what age did you start selling?
4.
4?
Every single weekend when I was 4 years old, in perpetuity. I never stopped.
So you mastered the art of selling.
Yeah, I had to. We didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you had to, feed the family, you help your mom.
Yeah. So then in high school, I started working 3 jobs, selling cotton candy at the stadium in San Diego and Ruby's Diner as a busboy and working for a stockbroker under the table. And I was saving up money so I could go to college and not have to ask anybody for money. But instead, I decided to put it into a clothing company. I trademarked the catchphrase, "Who's your daddy?" for over 300 products. I took the $43,000 I'd saved up over those 3 years and instead put it into this company.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand. So you have $43,000 saved up working 3 years, in 3 jobs.
Yep.
And how old were you?
From 15 to 17.
So at 17 years old, you have $43,000 saved up.
And
Holy shit.
I didn't spend it on anything. I had an $800 car, a 1982 Buick Regal. I didn't have any expenses. And my mom, she would help me if I needed to, put something on her credit card for our company, or sign for paperwork for us because we weren't 18. And so I took the money and decided I was going to start a clothing company.
How did you learn at that young age to delay gratification? Because at that age, man, you want to buy what every other 17-year-old is buying, right? The Nikes and the phones, or whatever is at the trend at that time.
Sure.
It requires tremendous discipline at that age for you to be able to do that. How'd you acquire that? Who taught you that?
I just think when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything.
When you come from nothing, you appreciate everything.
I just didn't have anything, and none of it mattered. I just didn't want to be broke.
Because I'm just looking back right now, and I'm willing to bet that one quality is what has catapulted you to where you are. You were able to delay gratification, save money, and be able to invest that money in something. So you worked your ass off literally for 3 years.
Yep.
Save $43,000, and you invested in a clothing company called, Who's Your Daddy?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about that.
So we trademarked the catchphrase for a bunch of different products, almost 300 products. We go to our first clothing convention. We're 17 and a half years old, and we get over $1 million in orders that we can't fill. We don't have a manufacturer. We don't have an office yet. We're 17 and a half years old. And so that was the beginning.
So how did you get $1.5 million, that much orders? You know, just going to clothing conventions, you just have a booth, and then people just love your stuff.
We thought we were the big boys in town. We got 2 booths instead of 10 feet. We had 20 feet. And then when we get there, next to us is P. Diddy, and he's got a whole walkway. Next, the other side is Calvin Klein. They got like a $4 million booth, and we thought we were cool until we got there and realized that, you know, a lot much bigger companies, Fubu and Polo, they were all there. Anyways, but our name was so catchy. Everybody enjoyed the name, and we had so much energy. You know, we're 17, 18 years old, and we brought some girls from high school with us, and we had our booth, like boombox in the booth.
That's cool.
And everybody else had these $1 million booths, and we were just the 2 kids that could, you know, like, and so people really enjoyed our designs. They were just fun, catchy. You know, the saying, people take the saying, "Who's your daddy?" for 3 ways: sexual, sports, or humor.
Yeah.
But in any way version, they think about it and they know it, right?
Yep.
And so that helped a lot. So our goal was to now make it known that it was a brand, that it was a product, that it wasn't just a catchphrase. So Nordstrom's offered us an exclusive, and my brother and my partner's dad were like, "Don't do it. If they're offering exclusive, that means you really have something." And so we took those orders and started meeting with manufacturers and warehouses. We're like, "We need help. Like,
we need to produce
people want us. We don't have 500,000 to produce the $1 million. People think it's great to get 1 million orders. You got to have 500 grand to produce that.
Yes, right.
And you don't get paid for 90 days.
Yep.
So you got to float it
That's
too.
the cash flow. Yep.
I didn't know this stuff. We didn't have economics class. So I went and found this guy, and he changed my life. His name was Christian Wicks, and his dad was Chris Wicks, who he owned like Ocean Pacific, Hang 10, Body Glove, LA Gear, all those licenses. He was like a legend in the space. And at the time, he owned a brand called English Laundry in a big warehouse in Los Angeles, and he brought us under his wing. He's like, "I'll take care of it. I'll do the manufacturing. I'll finance the orders. I'll deal with the retailers and shipping and RN numbers and manufacturing and EDI, shipping." Like, there's a lot of different buzzwords. I had no idea.
What does that mean?
Right?
What does that mean?
I can't spell RN number and EDI. Like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? So he became our dad, basically. Mm-hmm. He took us under his wing. And so over the next 2 years, 3 years, he helped get us into a bunch of department stores, thousands of boutique stores. And then he got us a $9.5 million licensing deal with the Starter Apparel Group in the UK.
Okay, so how did you ever, you know, because I'm trying to figure out your success, okay? And one of the things I've learned, you know, is not your resources, is your resourcefulness.
Absolutely.
Right? Even though you had no money,
right,
you were resourceful. You knew somebody, somehow you got connected
with somebody. I didn't even know them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed about you, you know, the short time that I've known you for about a year,
yep,
you know, is that you know everybody. You're a connector. You have so much resourcefulness that, you know, if I came to you, you know, with a problem and you can't solve it, you know somebody that can solve it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at that age, you still had those qualities. How did you find them? What was the connection?
I just realized that it's the fast forward button. It's like playing a video game. If I want to go open a fitness gym right now, and you're on level 9 because you already have 115 locations. If I call you, say, "Hey, I'm on level 1, what do I do?" Well, you can tell me, "Oh, there's a bush there. Oh, duck there. Hey, watch out for that. You're going to fall. Don't drown there." Like, you can tell me how to get through level 1 and level 2 and level 3, and I can go up the video game because you're screaming down at me of what to avoid and what to do. If I play the video game the first time, have you ever beat a video game on the first time?
No.
No, never.
Never.
So if you can help me get through the Sonic the Hedgehog or Super Mario Brother game and go through the levels. So I realized at an early age, if I could get these people around me, and I did that at scale. Like, I would go to every event, meet with everybody, and talk with everybody.
And then you still do that.
Absolutely.
You still do that. I mean,
Absolutely.
nothing has changed.
Absolutely.
I mean, at much success as you have had, you know what got you there.
Absolutely.
And you don't get away from it. Your ego is never that big that, well, I'm too big now to go in this little thing. I see you everywhere. And one thing that I know about you is you just go there to give.
Right.
You go there to give. I mean, I remember, you know, you were in Miami. You know, we were at the big event.
Yep.
You know, and you just hosted something in a restaurant.
Right.
You know, and you remember, 500 people. I'm
I
like,
pay
man,
for everything. All our events are free.
Yeah, you
I just want to be around.
Yeah, you pay for everything, and you just went there and gave value and value and value and value, and I'm, you know, and I'm sitting there, and, you know, I'm like, man, this guy is just, you know, this guy's incredible. The first time I met you, you know, it was over a year ago or so when you had Andy Frisella come and talk in Hollywood at Elevator Nights.
Yes.
You know,
That was
and
awesome.
and that was awesome, and it was a free event.
Yeah.
You know, and
1,200 people. That was-
Yeah, and it was just, you were just there giving, and you know, my first impression of you was, this guy is like so laid back. These guys so like chill, you know. Man, you know, for me, success has always been somebody like, go after it, go after it. But you're just laid back, chill, but you're very strategic,
Yeah.
you know, and how you do everything and all that kind of stuff. And even, you know, when I told my wife you were coming here, she's like, well, how is he? You know, I'm like, dude, he's like the most chill guy I've ever met. He's just chill, relaxed, humble. And I know, you know, myself and so many other people appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
You know, all right. So let's go back. So you got $9.5 million for licensing.
Right.
You know, in
so
UK.
Now we're doing 7 figures, 8 figures in revenue, and I want to launch an energy drink. Okay. There's 900 energy drinks on the market, but they all taste like cough syrup. They have that thick taste to them. So I wasn't going to be the biggest energy drink. I just want to be the best tasting one. So similar concept. I'm like, what's my favorite drink? Gatorade. So I go on a mad hunt to try to find the chemist from Gatorade. I find this guy, 71 years old, wild, crazy, gray-haired guy. I find him. He happens to live like 20, 30 minutes from here. And I was like, listen, I get the meeting with him, and this guy's like really a wild scientist. He brings out 30 cups, little white plastic cups, and he starts filling them up with different drinks. He said, if you pick the right one, that's the one I'll license to you. I was like, what do you mean the right one? He's like, well, only one is the right one. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I look at the colors and I pick this one. And I drink it, and I say, this is it. He's like, you're not going to taste any of the other ones? I said, I don't need to. This is it. Out of a 30-to-1 shot, I was right.
Wow.
Because it just looked so good. It was cranberry pineapple.
Okay.
Right? It's red with like a hint of yellow to it. And I was like, no, this is it. So we hit it off. He's like, okay, if you do $1 million in sales in the first year, I will license this to you and give you the green tea. He had a green tea version. Nobody had done that before. He's like, but I want you to stand out and I want you to stick it to Red Bull, you know, this whole thing, because he tried to license it to them and they wanted to stick with their cough syrup flavor. So we did it. We did $1 million in 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
I was relentless. I went and met with every distributor. I got us into Budweiser, Coors, Miller's, and Pepsi. And then they got us into Costco, 7-Eleven, Ralph's, Albertsons. Like I didn't sleep. For those 4 years, I didn't sleep. And we were the first one. We did a 0 sugar, 0 carb, 0 calorie energy drink back then.
Back then, nobody had that.
No. All the cans were black and silver. Ours were bright red, bright yellow, bright green. We were sponsoring NASCARs. And so we were trying to stand out. You know, there's 900 drinks. We had to stand out. They were all $2.99. We'll be $1.99. They're all 8.4 ounces. We'll be 16 ounces. Let's go for it. Let's do everything we can to provide value, make it loud and proud.
You disrupted the market.
Yeah. So we became the 7th largest energy drink in the world. 55,000 retail stores. And I just was a one-man wrecking ball, like selling everywhere I could. I had a staff and team to support me. I don't want to take all the credit. I was just the one-man wrecking ball, sales.
Yeah.
Like I would not sleep.
It was your baby, man.
I'll sell to the car wash guy. When I stop to get gas, I sell to the gas station. If I stop at your fraternity, I'm going to sell your fraternity. I'll put a cooler in there. I think every interaction was to drop off drinks to taste or to sell. Yeah. That was it, nonstop, every day. If I had a plain t-shirt on, I'd put a Hoosier Daddy sticker on it. Like, if you walk by me, I'd put a sticker on you. We invented the corrugated cans. You know those cardboard cans you see on light poles at gas stations? We invented those. Like,
what drove you? What motivates you? You are such a motivated individual. And what made you that relentless? Because a lot of people, I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs these days. Oh yeah, man, I want to work hard. Yeah. They say that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that just pisses me off when somebody says, I'm like, are you really, what is it, one day you're going to work hard, 2 days, that doesn't fucking impress me. Right. I was like, show me you can be relentless for a couple of years, nonstop, 7 days a week and all that. How? What is different about you than the average person who says they want to do something and they do it and they don't do it? What is the mindset?
It's that I just don't care. Like, I want to only work. And I enjoy it, and I make things a part of my work that make me happy. So people are like, oh, you have to rest and you have to do this and do things you like. I like to work.
Yeah.
But it's not like the Gary Vee version of it where it's just like work, hustle, hustle, hustle. No, when I work, I throw a charity poker tournament.
Yeah, you make it fun. You make it fun.
I throw elevator nights. I do, there's influencers and social media and like I'm making things a part of it, whether it was a poker site, an energy drink, hoverboards, whatever I was selling, I made other stuff happening so it didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
When it doesn't feel like work,
it doesn't have to feel like work. If you love what you do and you throw fun into your work, then it doesn't work. You know, work all day. I do the same thing. I mean, I literally work all day, and now that, I'm married and I have kids and all that kind of, I try to shut it off at 4 o'clock.
Nice.
Every once in a while I still, get caught, checking the phone and all that kind of stuff. But I just love the mindset. Just love the mindset. And for those of you who are watching this or listening to this, for all of you guys that are what I call Want-trepreneurs,
right.
You know what I mean? Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a Want-trepreneur, you know what I mean? But make sure you understand that successful entrepreneurs, it's not what they put it out on IG and everybody has, Ferraris and private jets and, they have worked their ass off,
right.
Blood, sweat, and tears. I know personally, Dan, at his level still, like, he works around the clock, but like he said, it's not work to him. He loves what he does.
Yep.
He incorporates fun to it, and it's just what he does. You know what I mean? What is he going to do? Watch Netflix and chill and not do anything? I mean, that's not part of his DNA. That's not part of any real entrepreneur's DNA because they are, they're motivated by progress.
Right.
Getting better. Okay, so you're the 7th largest, energy drink company now. Gosh, I mean, when you say that, that's crazy because I mean, there's Coca-Cola and big dogs in the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what happens at this time?
So I do that for another 4 years, and it's finally I'm 27 years old. We went public when we were 23 years old to launch the energy drink. So we went public on the stock market.
And that's when you become the youngest person in history who founded a public traded company.
Yep.
That's crazy. You were how old?
23.
You were a 23-year-old, and gosh, man, what an accomplishment.
It was wild.
What an accomplishment.
So those next 4 years were a blur. I just sold all over the country, 55,000 stores here, 6,500 stores and military bases, et cetera, overseas. And I just went on a selling spree. 10-year anniversary when I was 27 years old. I'll never forget, May 18th. That's the day we incorporated when I was in high school. I resigned from the company so I could put another feather in my cap. Okay. I'd done the same brand for 10 years. Yep. I really want to start an online poker site.
Got it. So you resigned from the company. Did you sell your shares or?
No, it was still the second largest shareholder, yeah. Okay. So I put on a backpack and I go to a place called Malta, which I'd never heard of before, to start an online poker site.
Where is?
I had no idea. No idea. So I book a flight, one-way flight to Malta, and I book a hotel room for 2 days and didn't know what I was going to do after that. But I knew I wanted to open up an online poker site, and I had to be there to do it. So I got an apartment in Vegas to be the office to work out, for my staff to work out of. There was only 5 people, and I fly off to Malta, get an apartment there, and within 10 weeks, I have a live online poker site. I sign Dan Bilzerian, DJ Steve Aoki, Playboy Playmates, a bunch of poker pros, and start a poker company. Out of the blue.
Wow.
Okay? So within 10 weeks, we're live. Within 10 months, we're the 3rd biggest poker brand in the world.
Because you were in the same mode. You went in the same mode, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I love. Here's the lesson that I'm learning from this. Because how many times you meet people, they say, they're kind of half-assed and stuff right now. And they say, well, once I get to this point, then I'm going to turn it up, right? I'm just doing this right now. I'm going to half-ass it. I'm like, dude, if you're going to half-ass this, you're going to half-ass that.
Right.
It's a habit. It's a muscle that you have to be able to do. No matter what you do it 110% or don't do it at all. So I see once you did that, the same thing that you did in that 4 years of Blur, now all of a sudden you went to beast mode again over there.
So I looked at the same concept. There's 550 poker sites. I'm fighting a few of the 800-pound gorillas, just like energy drinks, right? 900 drinks, there's only like 10, the 800-pound gorillas. So I figured I would play the game against them. Full Tilt and Poker Stars, they had these $9 million TV shows all over the world and huge tournaments and fancy casinos and production sets. So I went and signed poker players and interesting people like Bilzerian and Aoki, and I had them wear Victory Poker patches on their TV shows. It's like a commercial for me. So they got 9 people.
That's called guerrilla marketing for real. You know what I mean? If that's not definition of guerrilla marketing, I don't know what is. That's gangster.
They had to change the paperwork for TV shows all over the world in the gaming space because of me. Because I would fill up the whole table with my guys. It's a full tilt sponsored show, and it's all Victory Poker players. So finally, they're like, no, it's a 3-patch maximum, and they made us all sign paperwork. Like, you can't have more than 3 players on the table. Like, this is, you know. So that worked out really well. I mean, we were getting 3,000 to 8,000 new players per day, every day. It was a good run.
When they have to change the rules because of you, you know you disrupted something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was fun.
It's totally out of the box.
So we did that for almost 2 years, and then this thing called Black Friday happens. April 15th, online poker is shut down in America. My competitors, Full Tilt and Poker Stars, were miscoding merchant transactions and had billions of dollars seized. By default, I become the #1 poker brand in the world because I didn't do anything wrong. The government was happy with me. I was like, no, I don't want to win by default. I didn't feel comfortable with what was going to happen, that they weren't going to be able to pay the players back because all their bank accounts were seized. So for the next 4 days, I paid back tens of thousands of players and said, look, here's your money back. I don't want anything to do with this industry right now. Yeah, I'm going to close the business down. I could have kept it going, or just shut down the U.S. and kept it going overseas. I didn't feel comfortable with the black eye that was going to happen in poker, so I stopped. I did like 83 interviews showing, here's my Wells Fargo account, KPMG accounting, here's all the merchant processing, here's all the payments out. Like, I want everybody to see I'm going to be the good boy in the space, right? Yeah. That worked out really well.
Because you understand, you understand very well that even though you could have kept money, you could have been this and that, but you wanted to make sure that nothing bad happens to you, because if you lose your good reputation, you're pretty much done for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's huge, because you're willing to, again, your biggest attribute again is delay gratification.
Right.
You delay gratification a few times now, and there's another delay gratification because most people are like, I want to take money. I'm good, right? I'm #1 now. Right. So let me keep pushing. You're like, you know what? This is not going to be a long term. This is going to give me a black eye, and I'd rather not have that because I want to see the bigger picture.
So from that point, I realized I never want to have all my eggs in one basket again. So I became an angel investor. I started consulting for 4 land-based casinos and for Morgan Stanley. And I was just teaching them about the gaming space, and I was helping myself rebuild financially because I just lost a company worth tens of millions of dollars overnight, willingly. Mm-hmm. So I started investing in different companies, and I started up a social media agency. Mm-hmm. And we were the first ones in the social media game paying celebrities and influencers for fit tea and fashion brands, et cetera, back then. Those same clients are still our clients, 5-6 years later. We spend around $60 million paying influencers to post about products. And so that became my core business. And along the way, I've done 32 angel investments into different companies, and I've thrown 33 elevator nights totally free for entrepreneurs all over the country.
Well, I know you are a huge believer in giving.
Yes.
I know you're, as great stuff that you have, as much as you have done and as much success that you have, you're very minimalistic. Yep. You know what I mean? And you just like to progress, and you like to give back. Tell me about your charity.
So it's Model Citizen Fund. This is our 7th year. We make backpacks for the homeless with 150 emergency supply items inside. It's a 0% charity, meaning I cover 100% of the overhead. All staff, events, travel, anything that comes up, I pay for it, and I will for the rest of my life. The concept is, we'll give these backpacks filled with supplies, it's around 14 pounds of supplies, to homeless people, military vets, orphanages, women abuse shelters, and teen abuse shelters. Or if there's an emergency situation, we'll ship the supplies to Puerto Rico, we'll ship it to the Mexico City earthquake right away. And so for me, I just wanted a charity that had a true cause and effect that you could see in real time. If you donate $1,000, you're going to see these 1,500 supplies go to these people right away, or I'll ship the backpacks to you and you go give them out. But either way, you see what actually happens with the money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you're like, what are they doing with my money?
Right.
Right. I get it. I get it. A lot of times I'm doing this. I'm like, are they really?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I just gave them 10 grand and I never hear from them again.
Yes, absolutely. Now, how can people find out more about your charity or donate to your charity?
Sure. It's modelcitizenfund.org, modelcitizenfund.org. And there they can donate. It's $100 per backpack with 150 items inside. And if they don't want to donate, they can do it themselves. You can fill up a Ziploc bag or a backpack in your local community. I just want the action to happen. The money to me does nothing for you to donate to me. I'm just the fast forward button. You want me to make the backpacks for you and ship them to you and you go do it? Fantastic. You want to get your friends together in Alabama and get 20 friends together and make supplies, give it out to the homeless? That'll make me very happy. The same exact level of happiness. I just want people to go do more stuff. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. And I know your social media agency is one of the most sought after one. Obviously, you were doing affiliate marketing and influencer marketing before it was even a term. You know what I mean? Before it was even it wasn't a term. You know, and I know you only work with selected people, and I don't think you even take clients, do you?
It's not really. It's referral based, and even then, it's like I rather scale up with the clients that I have and help them get really big, and then I invest in certain products and companies and make them really big. And then we've helped 28 authors and speakers get them famous around social media. But the core of it, like Elevator Studios, is meant for really, really, really big
ideas.
And I'd rather teach somebody how to fish, meaning the stuff that I do, I could teach somebody in an hour to do the same thing my social media agency does. People only need me at scale.
Got it.
And so
because of your connections, because of all the seeds that you have planted, and that's huge. I mean that's the magic ingredient. Like I said, you have all the connections pretty much to anything and everything. Right. You planted those seeds, all those hours of networking and going and speaking and putting on events at your expense. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody else that does that. That's that. So right now, what are you working on? Right now, what are you passionate about? I know we talked about your shoes, man. I saw your shoes, and I'm a shoe guy, and I was like, well, I haven't seen those before. You're like, well, they're not even out.
I joined the board of SneakerCon. It's a convention that travels the world. They do very affordable tickets, and they just do like 10 to 15,000 people per city. And then they released an app that people can buy and sell shoes through their app. So I went sneaker crazy this year. Like for my whole life, I barely bought shoes because, like I said, I haven't even owned a car in the last 4 or 5 years.
And I want to talk about that next.
And so I didn't buy shoes. I had like 0 to 1 or 2 pairs of shoes a year. And then the last 5-6 months, I went sneaker crazy, like crazy.
Because now you're in that space.
Now I'm in the game.
Now you're not in the space. You have to know what you're talking about, right? That's bad. So I know when I met you, you didn't have a car, So when you came here now, I assume, that you have a car now, because I know you got married, and I mean, women kind of need a car, man. And then you say, well, I don't have a car, but I bought my wife a car. You know what I mean? Tell me your. I know we talked a little bit off camera. Sure. But tell me your psychology, your method. Why don't you have a car?
So there's a couple reasons. Being in LA, there's a lot of traffic. And for me, I'm on my phone all morning, noon, and night. And so if I lose those 2 to 3 hours a day being in the car, that's 2 to 3 hours. That's a lot of text messages, a lot of social media, a lot of emails that I could be doing.
A lot of productivity.
A lot. I mean? In 2 to 3 hours, like, oh, it doesn't sound like much. Well, what's 3 times 365? It's 1,000 hours. I'm losing 1,000 hours a year of productivity. Do you know what I can do with 1,000 hours in my business? A lot, like a lot. So that's the core of it. The second part is safety. Like if I know myself, I'm gonna be texting or looking at my phone or wanting to do calls while I'm driving, I'd rather just avoid it so my mom's not stressing out, my girl's not stressing out. Like I'll be in the back of an Uber or I'll sit with my staff or my team and I don't need to be driving.
That's so profound. That's so profound. I mean, most people don't realize, I always tell people, look, ask yourself how much you're worth an hour. Right? And if there's a task that can be done for a lot cheaper than what you're worth, then you have no business doing that task.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
You're crazy to be doing it.
But it's crazy because I have friends who has MBAs, from Harvard and University of Chicago, and they still can't master that. I have a friend who's like, has an MBA from University of Chicago. He knows money inside out, but yet, like he mows his lawn, yet he washes his own car. Because he wants to save money. I'm like, Roger, you're not losing money. You're losing money, bro. You're losing money.
Correct.
So it's crazy. Something that we understand. Some people are smarter than us. They got a degree and all that kind of stuff. I don't understand. So tell me your next venture. I know that you have the Mastermind going on with Joe Marion, which I highly respect. He's one of the most stand-up guys I know. I mean, he's a Christian man, a family man. He's always came through what he said come through. He's always been transparent. He doesn't beat around the bush.
Right.
Tell me about this Mastermind that you have.
It's called the 100 Million Mastermind Experience.
Why is it called 100 million?
So there's 22 other instructors that have all done over 100 million, whether 100 million revenue, been seen by over 100 million people, or spent over 100 million on ads.
Wow.
So we added the word experience to it because we're doing 3 events a year that are experiential weekends at mansions and the Staples Center and NBA players and celebrities, separate from the fact that you have 22 instructors. We also mixed in celebrities. It's very expensive. It's $100,000 per person, but we're trying to make a very unique situation. And the members that we already have almost half of it sold out in the first few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed it.
The members that are coming in, these people are also having 7-figure, 8-figure, and some 9-figure businesses as members.
Yeah.
So it's a fascinating group. It's something I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to make it annual for the rest of my life.
Because it's fun too.
Absolutely.
It's fun. Absolutely. Yeah.
We're doing a weekly call with the 22 instructors. So you have, this guy spends 200 million on Facebook ads. This guy does 100 million in this. This guy's sold 600 million in that. And those people are now teaching every single week. So it's not just dependent on myself and Joel Marion. And Joel himself could teach the whole year long. The guy's got 19 million emails on his email list. He's done 650 million in the supplement space. Like, he can teach himself, but I want it to be about all of us.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about that. So that starts November 1st. That's the first live events, but we're doing the weekly call starting this summer.
And how can people, I'm sure there's an application process. You're not going to take anybody who has that brand, right? So, I'm ready to put my application in. Just tell me where I go to put my application in.
So it's 100millionmastermindexperience.com. Then the password is elevator. And then on there, they can see the cool video. There's a video that shows everything I'm talking about. And you see Joel's copywriting, so you can see all the magical words of what he's talking about. And the people that are already involved. You have like the founder of Marvel Studios and the founder of this company and the Wolf of Wall Street and Marcus Lemonis from The Prophet. Like, it's some serious, serious people. And so I'm really excited about that. And then, my charity. That's my main passion.
Awesome, man. So your main passion is your charity that you're working on right now. And, the Mastermind, obviously, I'm literally going to apply in the next 3 or 4 days as soon as I get get some time to, decompose. And you better accept my application, man. I'm telling you right now on camera.
Joel, if you're watching.
Joel, if you're watching, man. We're gonna keep him in the garage, bro. Like, he's not gonna be able to leave. Anything else? Anything else that you want everyone to know that you're working on? Anything spectacular?
What else am I working on? The live events. I'm trying to do them even more often. So we did them.
The elevator nights.
Yeah.
And do you have because what I would like to get, if it's available, is the dates in advance, so I can just put them on my calendar and know to show up. So
there's the core ones, we have dates set. Then what happens is we do elevator pop-ups.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, 24-hour notice. All we do is post on social media exactly 24 hours prior. 400 to 1,000 people every time.
I've seen it.
So cool. It's so much fun, right?
I've seen it. I've seen it in Miami. I've seen what you've done. You know what I mean?
And so we're going to do those even more often because they're just so much fun. We just did one in Vegas at a $30 million e-gaming arena. That was like 600 or 700 people. We did one in Orange County. We did one in Phoenix. Like, we're just doing them all over the place. So those are really fun. Again, there's no ticket sales. There's no selling on stage. There's no sponsors. It's just wanting the entrepreneurs to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are consuming a lot of content. I want them to go out and use the content. You're learning from Gary Vee, go use it. You're learning from Sam, go do it. Like, start applying these things. We're gonna keep talking. You can watch us at 2 a.m, but like during the daytime, go work, go do the stuff.
Bro, man, I mean, I'm blown away. So I always make sure, just because we're always talking, such a, as a casual conversation. And my memory is not always the best. So the questions that I'm burning to ask you, I wrote them down. So I'm going to ask you real quick. And these comes from not only, my questions, but also, from our staff. So One of the questions is, what is the biggest mistake people make when building their personal brand?
They make their content about themselves instead of the people that are following them.
Wow. It's all about themselves instead of people that are following them.
They're thinking about the perfect selfie. They're thinking about, when you see like a group of 4 girls go to dinner, and the girl that took the picture, she looks the best in the photo, and the other girls kind of feel awkward or weird, or their dress is messed up, or their head's this way, or their hair's... That girl doesn't understand the other girls are never going to post that picture because you didn't make them look good.
So you have to help your audience make them look good.
Yes.
Not yourself.
Your fans, they're already drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Your followers are there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you have 4,000 or 400,000. Those people are there. Yeah. So if you make the content, if you and I make a video together and I make it about you, you're going to post it.
Yeah.
If I make it about me, it doesn't make sense for you to post it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
100%.
People don't grasp that, and they make it all about themselves, and then they wonder like, oh, I'm mad at that girl or that guy. She didn't post my video. Why would she?
Yeah, it's not.
It's 49 seconds about you and 11 about her. Right?
So true.
And
so true. So simple, but yet nobody does it.
It's the ego.
Yeah, it's the ego. So you go. Okay, who should have a personal brand?
Everybody.
I agree 100%.
It's not up to them.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not up to you. You have a personal brand.
Whether you like it or not. Whether you like your reputation, everything you do.
You're a stay-at-home mom, you're a fitness trainer, a real estate agent. Doesn't matter what it is that you do, people know you for something.
Yeah.
Whether it's your career or how you make them feel or what it is that's about you, that you have a personal brand, it's up to you to tell your story.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I tell my staff and my team is you Inc. You know what I mean? You are a business.
Right.
You are, you are a company, whether you like it or not. So, yep, very, 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 very good answer. Do you have right now a favorite IG or Facebook ad strategy?
My favorite IG strategy is to post once a day.
As far as when it comes to ads.
Oh, and ads.
Yeah, ads, yep.
I mostly focus on influencer ads, not the paid media to Instagram. On the paid media side, I like when people do the Instagram story paid ads, but the problem is most are messing up. They're only buying 1 instead of 3 15-second slides. What happens is if you buy Instagram stories and it's only 15 seconds, you don't give the follower, the human, enough time to react.
Got it.
So there's Sam, he's talking, and I'm like, oh, cool car, cool. Oh, he's got 115 gyms, and then
done.
It's over.
So you want to make sure they're all
So I'm listening to you, and then the slide goes by. I'm not going to go back.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back.
Yeah.
Time passed.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people could just fix
good.
that by just buying 2 or 3 slides. I'd rather spend a little more to get the 45 seconds.
That is so good. You just gave me an idea. You just gave me a huge idea. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. How much of your marketing do you outsource?
Absolutely none.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because one thing one of my first mentors told me, he says, you can delegate pretty much everything except marketing and your checkbook.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And to this day, every single time I have tried to delegate those two, it failed. And there was a big mistake. There was a lot of revenue and money loss. So I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. In general, I think I know what you're going to say. What is a good ROI on an ad?
So as long as I'm breaking even, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because if you believe in your product,
yeah.
Don't you think people are going to reorder?
Yeah.
Or don't you think they're going to go tell people about it? You're going to get eyeballs out of it? So do I want to have a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1? Of course.
Absolutely.
If I get anything above 2-to-1, I'll sell a kidney and I'll spend as much as I can, right? Why would I stop?
Yeah.
Sell it. Go.
It's like if you give me $10 and I give you $20, you're just going to try to find as many $10 to give me, right?
I'll find every $10 bill in Chino Hills, right?
Yep.
So I think people miss that. I hear people like, yeah, I'm spending $200 a day. I'm doing 400 in revenue. I'm like, all right, spend 2,000. Like you spend as much as you can until it stops working. And when it stops working, you scale back down.
That's so good. So good. I always say, man, if you break even, you won still.
For sure. If you believe in your product.
Yeah, and at sometimes, man, sometimes you take a little loss, in the ad, as long as you have some good stuff later on to sell.
For sure.
You know what I mean? The upsells
the biggest info product company in the world, they lose $700 on average up front to get a customer. $700.
Because they know what they're going to get later.
They know their average ROI on a customer is $2,400.
Crazy.
They're gambling.
Yep. So now the next few questions is regarding investing.
Yep.
How do you find the right company and people to invest with?
So part of why I throw the events is so that I get bombarded with deal flow, and I can filter through all the.
You're a real life shark. You know what I mean? You put free events. You talk to people and they pitch your ideas, and they're right there.
Yep. So I'm constantly looking. So I'm in the mix all the time, and I'm watching things on social media, what people are talking about. I'm going to other people's events, and I'm listening. I'm taking it all in. 33 investments sounds like a lot. That's been 5 years. It's really only like one every couple months. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm very picky when it comes to what I invest in, and it's mostly about the people.
Got it. I love it. I mean, I love it. I don't know if you're a billionaire yet, but you're a billionaire in making. How can people stand out in a pitch?
So
If somebody's pitching you, what do like 15, 20 seconds, well, how you size them up?
I want to hear all the things that they've already done. Like, I already have my corporation, I already have my website, I already have my trademark, I already have my social media account.
Not what they're going to do, right? I hate that shit, man.
Everything I just said cost them nothing.
Yeah.
But if they won't go through this and then they ask me for 100 grand, like, you won't set up your free social media accounts and you won't go set up your free website on GoDaddy for $10 or whatever. Like, you won't do those things, but you want me to give you 6 figures? Like,
yeah, and I think you actually, one of your products is showing people how to do that. We made a long time ago. How to start your business for
under $1,000.
Under $1,000. Yep, I remember seeing that. Okay, so what's the biggest mistake people make when pitching you? Talk about what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
What they're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. What the fuck have you done?
They don't have a business plan, and they haven't set up shop.
Yep.
They just haven't gone through and done all the free stuff first. In preparation, what if I said yes? What if Sam and I both said yes? You walk up to us, you're like, I have an idea for the state-of-the-art fidget spinner, and I'm going to crush it, and it's going to do this, and lights are going to come out of it, and unicorns are going to fly. Great, Sam and I want to invest. Oh, wait, you don't have a bank account? You don't have a corporation? You don't have a trademark? You don't have a website?
Yeah.
You don't have anything? Those are all free or cheap. Like, you can set up shop for a few $100 or less. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I get bombarded with these people pitching. What if I say yes?
Yeah, you can't even deposit a check. That's crazy. So towards the end right now, I'm going to flash through some pictures.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what these pictures represent to you.
All right.
So this is, you're with Mike Tyson. Bro, gosh. One of my biggest goals is to have him and interview him on a podcast.
Oh,
so
awesome.
So you know what? Whatever I need to do for the introduction, man, that is actually written on my part of my goals. My team knows.
Nice.
He's like, I think Mike is
Iconic?
It was like everybody's childhood hero.
Of course.
I mean, remember I was in Sharon, Pennsylvania, man. Like everybody from the 40-year-old to the 5-year-old wanted to be like Mike Tyson.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And growing up, and
the video game too.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right? And I remember, this is probably a bad thing to say, but the first time I got, not the first time, but the only time I got caught for underage drinking was the night he fought Buster Douglas.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Because I was so depressed when he lost. I was literally depressed. I was at my friend's house. We were in high school. And I'm like, you know what, man, this is bullshit. Let's go for a beer run. We went for a beer run and coming back and got pulled over by the cops, And so that was, that was crazy. So that's Mike Tyson. And what's the picture on the right?
Oh, that's with the Wolf of Wall Street.
I
Jordan Belfort.
didn't recognize him with the glasses.
I just filmed this podcast with him yesterday. Podcast number 1.
See, it's just crazy. Like I said, your connections is crazy because you have given so much. You have given so much, and there it is.
Oh, hello. Hi.
This is your beautiful wife, and I know you got married not too long ago.
Yeah, 11/11.
11/11, and I talked to you off camera, and then you said that you guys want kids. You want kids, right? So, how many kids do you want?
1 for sure, and maybe 2.
Okay. And next question to you is, how can you keep up what you're doing?
Yeah.
When that time comes when that baby's born?
So I will for sure slow down.
Yeah, I don't think you have a choice.
I'll still throw events, but I'll make people come to me. I won't be flying to other people's events besides the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the money. And I really, I've wanted a kid for years and years, and I want to be a part of that, especially the beginning.
Yeah. And how'd you meet your wife?
So she was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, she was pitching me on her bikini brand.
Okay.
And I pitched her on life. There's no more bikini brand.
I love it, bro. Gosh, man. Wow. Okay. Love it. Okay. 250K.
Yep, that was last weekend.
Last weekend at Thrive. Yep.
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 It was amazing to see because, you know, you hear people like, it's not just about raising money, but to see like 70 people from the crowd at a speaking event like Thrive get up on stage, and like Cole Hatter and his wife Sonia like basically crying, like.
Shout out to Cole and Sonia, man. I mean, they put on an amazing, what an amazing people they are, man. Shout out to Cole and Sonia. Thrive was amazing.
So to watch all those people get up on stage and like, it didn't matter if it was $500, $1,000, it didn't matter if it was $20. Like the fact that everybody in the room got together and raised $250,000 in like an hour was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, and that's it, man. Well, Dan, it's been an honor.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. I can't believe, you know, like you took the time to come, and that just shows so much about your character. You've been given pretty much all your life. You know, you've been hustling, you've been delaying gratification. You know, you are such an inspiration to myself, you know, and to so many other people. You know, you have achieved so much, but yet are so humble, you know, and it's just crazy. I'm like taking notes mentally. You know, and for those of you who are watching this, man, I mean, if you're not taking notes and you're not paying attention, you have to pay attention to the details. Look, he delayed gratification over and over and over. And for those of you guys who don't know what delayed gratification means that he give up something that he could have right now for something greater later. He sacrificed fun, he sacrificed relationships, he sacrificed money, he basically gave away money because he didn't want to be associated with something that could possibly later on come back and hinder him. He understood the fact that, you know, once you lose your reputation, then you're pretty much gone. Yep. You're pretty much gone. So he literally kind of like broke himself, you know, and he started all over again, you know, and because he knew that with the skills that he have, he believed that with the skills that he had, being relentless and everything that he's done so far, all he has to do, he knows how to make it back. Yep. So people who have made it and they have put sweat equity and know what they can become getting there, they have no problem, you know, going back to zero because they know they're going to go back up. Yep. And now, you know, he's a venture capitalist. You know, you're investing in all these companies. You're putting elevator nights out everywhere. You have your charity. And now you have the $100 million mastermind. And for those of people, for whatever reason, you've been under the rock, you know, you haven't heard of Dan Fleyshman, you know, the youngest person who ever founded a public traded company. Where can they find you?
So my social media is all the same. It's just at Dan Fleyshman. And that's important for you guys too. Your social media accounts should all be the same. Your bio should be the same and your photos should be the same so people can recognize it.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure, you know, to subscribe and to forward this to anybody that can be helped and knows this information. Danny is a wealth of knowledge. He's a true inspiration. And again, Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for being here.